Well, good morning. It's Tuesday morning. Kevin and I were at coffee at Steve's house. It's now 9:30. We're over here going to work on the little T20 Triumph. And what we're going to do is we're going to convert the ignition system from the 5-wire ET energy transfer system, and we're going to make it into a traditional electronic ignition system. We're going to try to run this without a battery. So we purchased some parts over here. This is the new 2-wire alternator. It's not a heavy-duty 3-wire like Norton's used. 2-wire, it can only handle up to, I think, 180, up to an 80 watts. So this is Lucas. This is the Boyer power box that allows you to run without a battery. It takes this, turns it into DC, and regulates it to 12 volts. This is a Payson. In this case, it's a PA2. Normally, you'd buy a PA1 for a single cylinder. But I was speaking with Payson one day and said, you know, they're the same thing, aren't they? And he said, yeah, they really are. So PA2 is going to work just fine. I expect, I hope, I believe. So anyway, these are the three components. We're going to, when we start the bike, we'll start it with a battery attached so that we can get the bike running and set the ignition with a strobe light. Then we will close it up with the alternator in place and try to run it with without a battery, just on the alternator and the power box. That's where we are. That's the plan for the day. And here we stand. So we're gonna, at first, just find places to mount these things. And then we're gonna put this case back on with the wire going to the, from the points magnetic pickup, actually, all the way into where the black box Payson black box is going to be mounted. So first is logistical. Let's find out where we're going to put all this stuff. Okay, first potential problem that I was worried is, will the alternator fit on the original magnet? Now, a magnet is a magnet is a magnet is a magnet. I don't think there's any need to change this magnet in order to drive this alternator. These are just magnets, north, south, north, south, north, south. And a magnet is a magnet, okay? So let's take this off now. If I can do this one-handed. Okay, fighting with the magnetism. Good magnet. Good magnet. Let's see if I can get this off. Okay, good. So it fits around the magnet. Now let's go over here and see if it fits in the outer cover, which is where it mounts, which they learned, you know, that's the way they did it. Let's see, hopefully that will match up with all the mounts. And I don't have a tripod here, so I have to hang on to this while I try it. Go ahead, pound it down first, pound it down. Okay. All right. Okay, stand by. Watch me as I do this. Hopefully. All right, let's see if I can get this on. I've got it jammed.
It was a bitch to get in and out.
There you go.
Yeah, it's just
Okay, slips in.
Good.
Good. Okay, so yes, see, everybody? It fits.
Yep, good. That was my
Okay.
concern as well.
Now let's go around here to see if we can show them from this view. Yes, it fits very nicely. Okay, so we'll use that, and let's go look for places to hang the boxes. So, here's a nice flat surface. Here's a nice flat surface. This tube connects this to this, so we don't have to worry about an air cleaner being in the way. So flat surface and flat surface. We might hang 2 boxes right here. This is an oil tank, so we can't puncture it. This is an air cleaner box. We could possibly could. But I think that I would rather mount these things on double-face tape with a bead of a silicone around them and let them dry and call it good. That'd be the final installation. I think it'll even look good. So I'm gonna go get the boxes. Talk about that over there, okay. That looks great. I mean, the power box goes against the backside of the oil tank, and this little Payson fits right here on the front of the air cleaner, and I don't see any reason to get any more exotic than that.
Yep.
So we're going to go get some double-face tape, stick it in place with a bead of silicone around the top and sides, and that'll be as permanent as can be. Now you can go up.
Yeah, we may have to go up.
As
So
high as you want.
yeah, so it's flat against that. Yep, that'll work fine.
Okay, so that's
Yeah.
the plan, huh?
Yep.
All right, so let's go take a ride up to local friendly hardware store. Okay?
Okay. Now let me double check. Oh,
Here, hold it.
yeah.
Okay.
Make sure I don't have any. Maybe just in case.
What you checking on?
Double face tape.
Oh, double face
I've
tape.
got tape. I just don't know. I don't recall any double faced. I do have some. Well, what I have is
What's
that.
Velcro?
Yeah, Velcro.
No, I'm not good at it. What's this? Is this
Don't know.
not double face tape?
That might be.
That is double face tape.
All right, cool.
We are there. Okay, good. We're in good shape. We're gonna mount these things on the tape and then start the installation. All right, we're coming right along. Kevin has the new alternator mounted in the cover and all ready to go on. I have mounted the power box on the back of the oil tank here. It's on double face tape at this point, and the Payson box on the front of the air cleaner. It's on double face tape at the time. Once we prove this whole system actually works, we'll draw beads of silicone around the edges and get it in here with the silicone as a backup to the double face tape. I've been using double face tape and silicone to mount black boxes for years and have never had one come free. So that shouldn't be a problem. He said shouldn't. Now all we have to do is hook up all these wires. Is there anybody here who knows how to hook up all these wires? Oh, wait, that's supposed to be me. Oh, okay, so that's where we are. Yeah, so we're gonna mount the,
Excuse me.
we're gonna run the wire. No, we're not. Hang on, I gotta think. All right, here we are on the right side of the bike. We've run the black and yellow and black and white, white and black, white and yellow wires. They're going to go right here through the case and into the points compartment. This is your mag pickup. Right out here, we're going to put a dab of silicone right there, and they go right over to the Payson. So we are making progress. Well, as we used to say in the engineering lab, let's try for a smoke test and see what happens. So this is going to be a smoke test, theoretically. Here's the wiring diagram we came up with on the whiteboard. You can freeze that if you want and take a look at it. That's what we did. Here's a little detail on how we did the ground to the kill switch. So that's what we're working with. Over here, we've got the spark plug hanging out in the wind so we can see spark if we should be so lucky. And there's the power box, and there's the Payson. Here's the wires. They look like heck because they're just sort of hanging out there, but we will bind them up and make them neat and keep them away from the chain. That's no problem. These two wires are going to go to the alternator, which will supply power to this whole system, but without the cap on, the alternator stator is built into the cover. So right now we're going to run on a battery, and these two wires here are going to simulate the output of the power box into the Payson, into the spark coil, over to the sparkler, and hopefully we'll get some spark. We've actually even wired in the headlights, theoretically. So when we hook power up here, we should, I love that word, he's got his fingers crossed. We might get spark, and we might get lights, and we might get smoke. You know, so it's either gonna work, or it's gonna smoke, or it's going to give us a benign failure where it doesn't do any damage. And that's where we are. We're about ready to do it, and I'm going to put this thing down and we're going to do a little spark check. Okay, with the battery hooked up, we have the headlight right here. We don't have tail light, but then we don't have tail light the other day either.
Yeah.
So we'll worry about that later.
Yeah.
But here, sparklers, watch the sparkler go as we kick this over. Oh yeah, there it is. Oh yeah. Okay, so we have spark. And theoretically we have it at 28 degrees before top dead center because we set that up. At this point in time, we are ready to do a start test. However, Kevin has an outside responsibility, so we are about to call it a day. We'll be back in 24 hours to see if the bike runs. And the fun just never stops. Okay, cool.